I am Dr. Sanvi Selvi. I am going to deliver a lecture on gene cloning. It is the basic unit in the genetic engineering. Okay, so plant genetic engineering, how the genetic engineering will involve in the plant sources. Okay, so the gene cloning, it is the multiple copies of a particular the desired the gene. What is it called as a gene? The gene is a segment of DNA which code for a polypeptide chains. Okay, because we have the genes, okay, expression from the generation to generation, it can be carried out means either in the plants or animals or the humans, it is passes from the generation to the another generation. So today we have to discuss about the gene cloning. So gene cloning means you want to get the multiple copies of a desired the DNA. So what is it called as a gene cloning? The gene cloning, how we have to make the like a Xerox copy. Okay, so the multiple copies of the desired DNA, you are taking that. So which techniques? There are so many techniques are launched, and then you are having the gene cloning enable the scientist to prepare the multiple identical the copies of the gene sized pieces of the DNA. The most methods for cloning the pieces of the DNA share the certain important features is there. So what is the feature means the foreign DNA. So what DNA you want to insert the desired DNA, which type of DNA you want, that is called as a desired the DNA, and the desired DNA is inserted into the bacterial plasmid. So that is the called as the recombinant DNA molecules, and that recombinant the DNA molecule is returned to the bacterial cells. So every time the cell reproduces, it is the called as recombinant plasmid. So the foreign DNA inserted into the plasmid, it is the called as the recombinant plasmid. And that recombinant plasmid undergoes the different replication process, as well as it is a pass on to the descans. So under the suitable condition, the bacterial clone will make the protein encoded by the foreign gene. Okay, so it is encoded by the foreign gene. And then what is the technique is here? The basic the cloning technique is begin with the first step is the insertion of the foreign DNA into the bacterial plasmid. So you are taking the plasmid. Back to extract the plasmid, you have to extract the plasmid from the bacteria. What is called the plasmid? The plasmid is the extra chromosomal part of the DNA. It does not undergo that as integrated with the host. Okay, so the extra chromosomal part of the DNA you want to isolate. So the first step is the isolation of the plasmid DNA, and then next step is what you are going to do. You are taking the particular the gene of interest. Okay, which gene you want to insert. Okay, so that gene is what you do that inserted into the plasmid. So so here the first step we are taking the plasmid DNA, and then second step is what the desired the DNA. Desired DNA where to taken from? The taken from the cell. So okay, the cell containing the gene of interest from the chromosome, you are taking the gene. Okay, both of them, how they have it mix it together with the help of the molecular markers. What is it called as a molecular scissors? Okay, so the molecular scissors means that is restriction enzymes. So these restriction enzymes, type 2, there are 4 types of restriction enzymes are there. The type 2 restriction enzymes only involved in the gene cloning. So you have to after cut and then join. So the insertion of the foreign DNA into the plasmid. So the plasmid is put into the bacterial cell. So that is called as a recombinant the plasmid, or the recombinant the plasmid or recombinant bacterium. And after that, you can insert it into a transformation. That is called as a transformation. So the cells clone a gene of interest, we have to insert it into the host. So for the host, the multiplication of the desired DNA, which gene you want to do that, everything is carried out in the multiple copies. So from the host, you are doing the screening methods. They use the method to identify whether the recombinant product is present or not. After that, you have to extract the recombinant DNA. So the plasmid with the DNA is called as a recombinant DNA. So what is the fundamental step is there means the identification and isolation of the desired gene or the DNA fragment to be cloned. The first point. So first case, identification and isolation. After isolation, the insertion of the isolated gene into the suitable vector. So introduction of this vector into the suitable organism or the cell, it is called as the host. So the vector can multiply within the host cell and producing the numerous identical copies, not only of itself, but also of the gene that it carries. Okay, so during this division of the host cell, the copies of the recombinant DNA molecules are passed to the progeny. Progeny means further generations, and further vector replications can be take place. So after the large number of cell division, you have to extract the clone or the colony, you have the clone of the identical the host cell is produced. So each cell in the clone contains one or more copies of the recombinant DNA molecules. Okay, so it contains one or more DNA molecules. So okay, so how to make it means you are taking the multiple copies of a single gene. That is the called definition of the gene cloning. So gene cloning means making the multiple copies of a single gene. The first step is the forming of a recombinant DNA. Forming of the recombinant DNA, and the step 2 is called as a transformation. So transformation is otherwise is called as the in vivo amplification method. So third step is selection. So these are the main things. The first thing is you are doing this recombinant DNA, and then second step is a transformation, and then third step is the selection. Okay, so these are the steps. And then what is it called as the vectors? Okay, so what are the types of vectors we are using it? So the types of the vector is the plasmids. Okay, so plasmid means that have the 20 kb of size. It is called as a plasmid. Suppose the size is more increase in that, automatically it is called as the vectors. Okay, so depending on the size, it is name is also varied. And then you especially for the bacterial viruses, it is called as the bacteriophage. You have to insert the 30 kilo, that is 30 to 50 kilo base pairs can insert. Okay, so the bacteriophage, especially for the viruses, bacterial viruses, it can insert. And then next case, it is called as the cosmates. The cosmates means it have contained the cosines. Okay, therefore the name is called as the plasmids combines with that cosmate, cosite. It is called as a cosmates. It have the contain 35 to 50 kb of the foreign DNA can insert. And then next thing is the BAC and OAC. Okay, so the size of the DNA, these plasmid and the vector, the size are very less. But you want to do the more number of the nucleotides in a gene. So that case is the kb, the size. Okay, the size of the DNA is more, or genome identification or genome mapping, you want to do that, that cases the plasmids and the vectors, especially of the bacteriophage vectors or shuttle vector. Shuttle vector means we have both. Okay, either in that as you can carry it out in the bacteria as well as used in that of bacteriophage. So viruses also you can use it there. So therefore it is called as the shuttle vector. So here BAC vector. So BAC vector means the name abbreviated as called the bacterial artificial chromosome vector. So this the BAC vector artificial chromosome vector we are telling that. So you have to use the maximum size 75 to 300 kilo base pairs of the DNA can insert the possible, and use the fertility F the plasmid and then develop during the Human Genome Project. Okay, so you can use it there. And then YAC, if you are taken it, it is called as a yeast chromosomal artificial chromosome. First cases, the source is bacteria, and the second cases, you are taken it called as the YAC, means yeast artificial chromosome vector. So it contains all the regions for replications. So why it have the capacity is more in that, and then so the main thing is the centromeres. The centromere is the center of the chromosome. Okay, so it have the more important as a point as yeast to have the origin of replication as well as that is of a centromere. So here you have to use that 100 to 1000 kilo base pairs of the DNA can insert and then process it. It developed during the Human Genome Project. Okay, especially for the Human Genome Project, genome mapping, that cases the YAC vector can be more probably used in this. Okay, so the vectors, what is it called as? That means it is a carrier of the desired gene into the host. Okay, next thing is we are going to the first top, we finish the plasmids, right? The plasmids or the vector. Depending on the size, it is named as the plasmid, vector, or the OAC or BAC. Now we are coming to the cutting section. So cutting section, it is called as molecular scissors. So the molecular scissors means restriction enzymes. So restriction enzymes means the molecular scissors that cut the double-stranded DNA molecule, because the DNA is a right-handed double helical structure. It have the double-stranded structure, and double-stranded structure at the specific point. It is found naturally in a wide variety of the prokaryotes. Okay, and the important tool for manipulating the DNA, you want to manipulate the DNA, you have to do it in that. Okay, so that is called as manipulating the DNA. Therefore, it is called as restriction enzymes. And the restriction enzymes have been classified into the 4 types are type 1, type 2, type 3, and the type 4. So depending on what the variance is there means, depending on the composition, cofactor requirement, target sequence, and the position of the cleavage sites. Among these, the type 2 enzymes have the separate enzyme for endonuclease and methylase activity. Endonuclease means we cleave the enzymes. Okay. Methylase means modification. Okay. So the type 2 enzymes, what is its role means it cut cut at or near at its recognition sequence. Specific the fragments. The specific the fragments are called as a recognition sequence. Hence, the type 2 enzymes have been found to be very useful in the recombinant DNA technology or the genetic engineering. And the type 4 can recognize, modify, and then typically the methylated the DNA. Okay, as per the database, how many the restriction enzymes, especially of the type 2 restriction enzymes are present, it has a 611 restriction enzymes are commercially it is available, especially for the gene mapping, genome, gene editing, splicing. So these cases, they have to use it the restriction enzymes. So what is it called as a type 2 restriction enzyme? The 5' frame and the 3' frame. So 2 fragments are the specific the segment. It is called as recognition site. So the specific enzymes they can cut. Okay, SMA you have to take it means the cut that it produce the 2 types of the ends. What are the 2 types of end it can be produced means the blunt end and the cohesive ends. Suppose you have to use that SMA1, have cut with letters of a specific site G and C, you are getting at the blunt ends. At the sum of the type 2 enzymes can produce the cohesive ends. So cohesive ends have the 5' overhangs have been shown below in the case of the BAM-H1 enzymes. So BAM-H1 enzyme, it is there. So the cohesive ends are produced by the sum of the type 2 restriction enzymes have the 3' overhangs as given below, as in the case of the PSTI enzymes. So the PSTI ends, they have also get the cohesive end. So what is the end product of this restriction enzyme means there are 2 forms. One is the called as blend ends, another one is the called as the cohesive ends. Okay, so these involved in cutting and joining of the DNA. And the next thing is application of the restriction enzymes. So application of the restriction enzyme means they are used in, what are the roles the restriction enzyme is involved? The enzymes are used in gene cloning, protein expression experiments. Restriction enzymes are used in biotechnology to cut the DNA into the smaller strands in order to study the fragments. What is it present? Why the gene is, what type of gene is affected? Why it is carried out? Anything mutation is present in the gene. Okay, the particular disease is carried out. Why? Because any inborn error is there or genetically affected or what type of the feature is present in the gene. You want to identify, we want more copies of the DNA. So that cases, we are using the more amount of the restriction enzymes. So and the next important feature is the restriction fragment length polymorphism. So RFLP, so you have within the species itself, we have to identify the specific characters. Okay, so restriction, fragment, length, polymorphism. So you have to find out the difference among the individual within the species. Okay, so within the human species, what is the differences between that? So it's very useful to find out the pedigree analysis of a particular family. Okay, and then each of these methods depend on the use of what? Agarose gel. Electrophoresis for the separation of the DNA fragment. How you have to identify means by using the agarose gel electrophoresis. And then what is the mechanism is the vector. The vector is needed to transfer the gene into the host cell. So the vector may be either the plasmid or the virus are called as the vectors. And then where it is located within the bacteria. So it is commercially available also. The plasmid is called as a circular piece of the DNA present in the bacteria. So virus also act as a carrier of the genetic information, carrier of genetic DNA. And then next case, what is it mechanism is there? Now we have to, everybody is ready, right? So what type of gene you want? You have to extract the DNA. How to extract the DNA? It is extracted the DNA from the cell. From the cell where it is located inside the nucleus. And then which form it is present? It is present in the form of the nucleoprotein. So you want to digest the protein, you are getting the nucleic acid because the nucleic acids are conjugated with the protein. And that nucleic acid, there are two types of nucleic acids are present. One is called as DNA and another is called as the RNA. So, but we want the DNA. So with the digest with the enzyme RNAs, you are getting the DNA. And from the DNA fragment, which DNA fragment you want? Within from the chromosomes, you have to extract it. So from the chromosome number, you have to extract the specific gene, and that gene is you have to insert, right? So insert it into the vector. So the vector is also what type of plasmid, what type of vector, because of that, it will depend on the size of the DNA you are going to insert. Okay, so the isolate the plasmid. So how to isolate the plasmid? The plasmid can be isolated from the bacteria, and then you have using the reagents to extract it. And after extracting, using a molecular scissor, that is a restriction enzymes. So cut the cell DNA with the same enzymes. So you have get the gene of interest. And the gene of interest, the DNA, and the DNA cut with the restriction enzyme. Here also the plasmid also cut with the restriction enzymes. And then you both of them, what you do that combined together. So the because the both of them having a cohesive end means automatically it is joined together. Suppose if you're having a both of them have a blend end is present means you have to add the adapter and then or a linkers. Okay, so the adapters or linkers are added to it and then to make it as a joint without any gaps. Okay, so add with the help of what enzyme means? With the help of the enzyme is called as the DNA ligase. Okay, so the DNA ligase which closes the circle with the help of the covalent bond. Okay, so the gene of interest with the plasmid, it is the called as recombinant plasmid. And recombinant plasmid, you put the plasmid, okay, you put the plasmid into the bacterium by the which method? By the method is called as transformation. So transformation method, you can directly insert the recombinant DNA into the bacteria. So bacteria undergo the multiplications. Okay, this recombinant bacterium undergo the multiplications. You are getting the multiple copies of the recombinant DNA. Okay, the multiple copies of the recombinant DNA. So now that is of a recombinant DNA, how it can be entered into the cell. So human cell, if you are taken from the human cell, you are taking the gene and the plasmid having the vector, plasmid or a vector, and both of them combined together, it is called as a recombinant DNA. And that recombinant DNA is, what is it called? It is a genetically modified or that is a recombinant DNA. You have to put it in the host, and the host you have multiplication. You are getting the multiple copies of the DNA. Okay, so the multiplication of the DNA is there. But what is the important unique feature of this? The plasmid vectors, self-replicating molecules. self-replicating molecules, the plasmid vectors have the size 1 to 3 kilobase pairs and contain the main important controlling factor is called as replication origin. That is called as origin of replication. So this replication, it only involves the replication of a plasmid. It is not attached to the host. So the gene that permits the selection. Here, the selective gene is called as ampicillin resistance. How you have that means the plasmid have the markers. Okay, so the commercially constructed the plasmid have the selectable markers. There are two types of markers in that. Most probably it is used as called ampicillin and tetracycline. Ampicillin resistance, it is encoded for the enzyme called as the B-lactamase, which inactivate the ampicillins. Okay, and the exogenous DNA can inserted into the particular area. The ampicillin resistant is converted into ampicillin sensitive. The resistant can be converted into the sensitive form. So automatically what happened? The bacterial growth. So how we have to identify whether the foreign DNA is inserted into the host or not by screening method. Screening method, the ampicillin resistant means what happened there? The colonies are the ampicillin sensitive means the colonies does not grow because antibiotic, it inhibits the growth of the bacteria. Okay, so and this is the main important features. So I am going to talk about the only one common vector. It is called as the PPR322. PPR, the B22, P represent the plasmid and then B represent Bolivar, R represent as Rodgers in number 322. So it have the important marker, the size is 4,362 base pairs. It contains the selectable markers such as ampicillin resistant gene, tetracycline, ampicillin resistant gene, tetracycline resistant gene, and then another one called E1. It is called as a replication origin and eco-RI site. Okay, so these the important features are present in that. So the BPR322 is commonly used for the gene cloning techniques. Okay, so the BPR322 vector, after that also so many modifications are coming there. So what is the characteristic features of the plasmid means? It is the capability of autonomous replication, that is called as self-replicating. Okay, self-replication is there, and then smaller size, and then presence of what? The markers. The markers itself present inside ampicillin resistant or tetracycline resistant. In some case, you have that as a PUC 7 or 8. You are taken LAC-Z gene is present. The LAC-Z gene is which is code for beta galactosidase enzyme. Colored appearance you have to identify. Okay, and then presence of the unique restriction enzyme sites. And then another important test is the point as non-conjugative. It is not interacted with the test of a host. And then non-mobilities. Okay, so because it cannot move. Okay, so non-conjugative and then not mobility is there. And then replication is under the relaxed control. It does not undergo the rapid replication mechanism. So the replicon is under the relaxed control. So what are the features of the cloning vector? What is it called? Origin of replication. You know, we are talking about the ampicillin resistant, tetracycline resistance like this. So all commonly used the cloning vectors have some important unique features are there. What are they? They are called as origin of replication. This make the autonomous replication in a vector. Okay, and then next point is ORI. ORI means origin of replication. It is the specific the sequence of the nucleotide from where the replication is start. When the foreign DNA is linked to the sequence along with the vector replication, the foreign DNA is also start replication with the host cell. Okay, so within the host cell, the fastest replication is carried out. Therefore, it is called as origin of replication. So here and then next thing is we are coming to the point of the cloning site. Okay, multiple cloning site is also present there. So here the PPR322, where it is the first vector to be developed in the year 1977, and the P is represent the plasmid and PRS represent the Bolivar and Rodriguez, And the 332 is distinguish the other plasmid from the same live lab. Okay, where the lab constructed it. They name it as a PPR 325, 327, and 328. It carries the two sets of antibiotic resistant gene, either ampicillin resistant or the tetracycline resistant. Can be the used as a selectable marker. And marker, okay, so each marker of the gene carry the unique restriction site, and insertion of the DNA into the site inactivate the specific the marker, and then what happened there, the insertion of a new DNA with the specific restriction enzymes. What are the restriction enzymes means? PST1, PUV1, PPA1, SCA1, all of them are inactivate the ampicillin resistant gene. Okay, so these site. Okay, and it have the high copy number. High copy number, why we are saying the high copy number? Because like a Xerox, like multiple copies. So they are about 15 molecules are present in the transform cells, but it can be increased to 1,000 or 3,000 by the plasmid amplification mechanism in the presence of the protein synthesis inhibitor such as chloramphenicol. Okay, so using the chloramphenicol, you want to get the multiple copies. Okay, first initially 15 molecule is present there, but you want to increase it the 1,000 to 3,000 molecule by the plasmid amplification mechanism. And the vector comprises the DNA is derived from different naturally occurring the plasmids. So ampicillin resistant gene, it is derived from RI plasmid, and tetracycline resistant is derived from R65 plasmid, and R gene is because everything is they are constructed artificially. How they have the construct means ampicillin resistant gene is taken from R1 plasmid, tetracycline is taken from that of R65 plasmid. Each of the segment, each segment they are taken from the different source, and then they have combined together. Okay, and then R gene is ORI gene, they are taken from the PMI plasmids. Okay, BMDI plasmids. Okay, so next thing is selection. How they have to select it, whether it is a recombinant DNA is present or not. The selectable markers. So the selectable marker is the gene that confer the resistance to the particular antibiotics. Okay, so particular antibiotics or the selective agent that would normally kill the host cell. Okay, normally it kill the host cell or prevent the growth. So cloning vector itself contains the selectable marker which confer on the host cell and an ability to survive and proliferate in the selectable growth medium containing the particular antibiotics. So particular antibiotics means if you are taking the plasmid, they have the antibiotics. Okay, if you have a normal gene, if you are taken and then you can grow in that ampicillin media, automatically what happened that ampicillin resistant is present there. Automatically what happened, no resistant means growth is there. But at the same time, the foreign DNA can inserted at the ampicillin resistant site. Automatically what happened there, the ampicillin is converted into the sensitive form. So that ampicillin sensitive means it is the antibiotic. So it inhibits the growth of the bacteria. Okay, automatically it grows. So from that we have to identify the foreign DNA inserted into the plasmid. So automatically the colonies are grown well, and then you have to get the multiple copies of the desired the DNA. So you have confer on the host cell and the ability to survive and proliferate in the selective growth medium containing the particular antibiotics. And then another important as the feature is called as a reporter gene. Okay, reporter gene or the marker gene. Okay, the reporter genus means that is act as a reporter. Okay, the lac set genus you are taken that it is a reporter gene used in the cloning vectors to facilitate the screening of the successful cloning by the using the features of the genes and allow the successful clone to be identified. Such a feature present in cloning vector is blue and white selection. What is it called as the blue and white selection means? You are taking the media, that is the called as exgal media. Okay, exgal media, if you are taken it, and then you have to pour the two types of cells. What are they? They are called as a recombinant DNA and the normal DNA containing solution. You can pour it on the agar plate, exgal agar plate. Okay, so what is the role of it? The lac gene is present, and the normal case, the lac gene is present, which code for beta galactosidase. So beta galactosidase is activate automatically. What happened? The lactose can be converted into the glucose and the galactose. So you are getting the blue color colonies in the case of normal gene. But in the same case, the lax gene, the foreign DNA can be inserted in the lax gene. Automatically, you are getting the what insertion of the foreign DNA into the lax gene. So beta galactosidase activity is completely blocked. So you are getting the white color colonies. Okay, you are getting the white color colonies for the non-recombinant product. Okay, so next last one, we are going to finish it there. Gene cloning in plants. Okay, so gene cloning in plants, how we have to carry it out. So, okay, we are talking about a lot of methods, right? The first step is you are taking that isolation of a DNA, and after isolation of a DNA, isolation of a plasmid. Simultaneously, you are taking that isolation of the plasmids, and then both of them you have to mix it together. Okay, mix it together because cut it with the restriction enzymes, and then using the DNA ligase, you join it, and then transformation into the host cell, and the host cell you are getting the multiple copies of the DNA, and that multiple DNA you have used it for the further purpose. But the main important is the role is what? The cloning of a particular the DNA. Okay, so the gene cloning, how it can be carried out in the plants. Okay, the most important aspects you are taken it is the called as a protoplast fusion. Protoplast fusion, how you have to take means you have to take the callus cells. Okay, so the callus cells, how you have to isolate the callus from the leaf or from the cells, you have to isolate and put it in the dust of a media protoplast. Okay, protoplast isolation. Protoplast isolation means what is a protoplast? Protoplast means without cell wall. It has the protoplast is present, and that protoplast we have to use that as of our the callus cells are surrounded by the cellulose, and the cellulose can be dissolved with the cellulose, and that without that as of a cellulose, it is called denuded cells. The denuded cells are called as the protoplast. So the protoplast from one species can fuse with that of another species. Okay, so by the you are getting the hybrid product. Okay, so you want to make the two different varieties hybrid. You want to mix the colors, right? So I want that as of a attractive color fruit I want, right? So that cases I can do, or that is of I want to yield the crop in a sweet manner, that is corn, sweet corn like this. So you have to use the technology, the genetic engineering technology. We have to use it there, right? So the same thing here. What you are doing here, first step is you are taking the cell and the cell isolated, and after the cell isolated from the leaf, and then removal of chlorophyll, and then you have to take that of a protoplast, and that protoplast you have taken from one species and can fuse with the protoplast of another species to create a hybrid plant. Example, the cauliflower, right? Nowadays it is the colored cauliflower, different colored cauliflower is coming the right. So the what are the colors are present? Yellow color, and then yellow color, white, light green colors, and the green color it is coming there, right? So the cauliflower and the broccoli, they have mixed it together. It is called as the broco flower. So that broco flower, we have the best example for the gene cloning is carried out in the plants. Okay, so this is the main thing is we have to use it there. Thank you so much. And then we have to make it the ready for that. Gene cloning technology is used in all the agriculture field, and then have to make it the fine. Okay, so thank you. And